It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. Will we continue to do what we have to do at every given point in time and say what we have to say when we have to say it? We will never allow anybody to bully us. We will never allow anybody to take away our rights. We will never allow anybody to paint us what we are not. And we cannot give our freedom up for anybody. We have the right to express ourselves. We have the right to express ourselves. We have the right to say whatever we want to say at any given time. We have the right to stand for humanity and speak when we have to speak without any hesitation. I would like us to go into their conventional media, in one of their media, and try to listen to what they said, a discussion they have with our program. Let us join them and see.
Largely about repentance, and I use that very loosely and putting it in quote now. Repentant terrorists who have been de-radicalized and reintegrated into the system, and having them, into the society and the army. Now, remember one time the NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, complained about sabotage within the ranks of the military, how some military officials steal weapons and supply terrorists. But now, government seems to be going deeper into that ideology that we could beef up the ranks of the military by bringing in these repentant terrorists. Help us with a possible ideology of how this can work. What is the mind behind the possibility or the workability of this action? Is this going to be, or wouldn't this be detrimental to the fight against terrorism in Nigeria? What are your thoughts, really?
Personally, I think this is uncalled for. It is the wrong approach in terms of how intense Nigerian security architecture is at the moment. A leopard, they say, never changes the sport. A baby leopard is still a leopard, and it carries the sport that the adult leopard carries on their body. Having said that, it is disheartening and worrisome to see that our government have started to incorporate this repentant so-called bandit into our security architecture. The best thing you could do is to have them give you a template of their operational activities, who are their leaders, who are their suppliers of funds and ammunitions, how do they travel weaponry from one section or one region to another region, and act upon this. But putting them into the military to work side by side is dangerous and disastrous. And I support also the decision of the army officers that they feel unsafe working with these men in battlefield.
Does it seem like
because at any point in time they can be ambushed, and all battalions taken off? And what happens? Their families, their wives become widows. We also begin to lament that troops have been ambushed and been killed by terrorists, and nothing happens. We must change our formation. When a coach uses the same players to go for competitions, and it's not winning a trophy, it's not winning any the matches, it changes the tactics, also changes the players. You can't bring this person because you say that, okay, how do they justify the word repentant? The Nigerian government must define for Nigerians what they mean by it. One who has carried ammunitions, who has fought our sovereignty, who has put people in pain and agony, just coming back after about 6 months or 3 months probation course they put them. I don't know how they were able to stereotype them and say they have repented.
Now, Mr. Kelvin, let me ask you this question. How do you feel Because before this particular time, the military have been integrating or using these persons, to work with the military. We can recall when there was an issue somewhere in Enugu State. We're told that no, the man wasn't a former Boko Haram terrorist member. He was just someone, a whole lot of things that actually been happening around that. And up until this particular time, apart from the soldiers now coming up to tell Nigerians boldly that this actually have been happening, the military have been denying this to this particular time. Now, how do you actually feel about this, over the fact that people who have actually played within the Nigerian military are also soliciting or calling that we should give terrorists amnesty?
I think we cannot give them amnesty. If the terrorists are saying, okay, they want to lay down their arms and become worthy ambassadors and good Nigerians, we can say, okay, that is fine. Now we take them out and let our intelligence work on their psychic. They should tell the military their formations, how they move their munitions, how they recruit persons into their fold, and we dislodge them. In a circle, that's how you work. You gather intelligence, act upon them, and you do your job, and we get results. We are tired of blame games. Today, we blame the past administration for our woes and our failures. Tomorrow, the next one come and blame the past administration for his woes and failures. But you told us you are equal to the task. Nigerians are tired. We want results. Our mothers cannot go to their farms anymore. Our fathers cannot access their farms anymore. And you are bringing the same people that considered woes to them to say they should go to the battlefield together. I, for one, I rather resign from the military than go to battlefield with a repentant terrorist by my side.
All right then. More resignation.
Keep it a watch for me. Tell me, okay, advance. Then I advance at my own peril.
All right then.
Why do you tell me that? Okay, let's go left, and I go left, and we ambush. And what happens to me?
All right. Thank you very much. Kelvin. Now let's bring it to the studio. Barrister.
Yes.
Help us make sense of this.
There is no sense in it.
Is it because we are short of personnel?
No.
Would this be the only way to get those willing to go to the war front, those willing to fight? Is this the only way to get to increase the number of personnel that we have?
When things like this happen, you begin to ask yourself, what is the end game here? Is it actually fighting terrorists or human sacrifice? Because it doesn't add up, seriously. Look, if the military does not resist this thing and confront the government, it will not end though. Except they want to be used as a cannon fodder in the battlefield.
When you say human sacrifice,
yes, because that's what they're looking for. How do you bring a terrorist to go and work with your military? And every day we are hearing of ambush. We are hearing even in the barracks. So who is giving the intel? Who is providing the logistics? If not these terrorists we brought into the military.
Barrister, does it seem like we are willing to combat terrorism? Because just the other day, Interpol was in Nigeria and they arrested 11 individuals. They've been doing that sudan across Africa, from Angola to South Sudan and the rest. Yes, sponsors of terrorism.
Yeah.
And from Nigeria, they picked 11. 11 individuals. Yeah. Now, these individuals, is it that our government don't know these people? Couldn't we have arrested these people if there was a will to do so?
When this thing happened, I was laughing. I said, look at it. How do you embarrass yourself as a government? That people that are working under your nose, a foreigner had to come and they tell you, this is the sponsor, this is the terrorist. And they pick them. In your presence, they pick them. Look, but let us not dismiss ourselves. There is something wrong with governance in Nigeria. Seriously, this thing we are doing here is
wrong
a joke.
With governance in Nigeria?
I'm telling you, we don't have leadership. Seriously, if we have, this thing cannot happen. Imagine a foreigner going to the US to go and pick a terrorist operating in their soil. Can you ever think of such a thing happening? But it's happening here. Yet somebody is telling us that they want to provide a paradise for me. You can imagine. This thing has become a very big joke. Okay. Our soldiers must wake up, seriously, or else they will be decimated. because that's where what he's looking at.
Okay, now Barrister, talking about decimating our soldiers, I would like to tie my question with what Moses said. Moses asked, are we in short of troops?
We are not.
You know, I asked that question in the light of the fact that between 2015 and 2025, this year, last week, as a matter of fact, Nigeria has Nigeria retired over 500 army generals.
Yes,
from brigadier general to major general to higher ranks. Exactly. Why? Because any time you do a reshuffle of service chiefs and you bring up somebody. Because of the command structure, hierarchy, that is required in the military, a lot of people have to go. In 2015, when Buratai and Co were removed, about 100 generals had to go with them. Now, in the light of all of this, I still want us to interrogate, our sincerity, intentionality of our government, the security architecture in trying to fight insurgency. We are very deep in insurgency, and we are doing all this rejigging. Like I said, in the past 10 years, about 500 generals, trained with taxpayer money, have been moved out of service. And now we are looking for ragtag repentant terrorists to go help us fight insurgents. Barrister, are we very intentional? And what do you think? Because a lot of people have also said, look, the government has a hand in the terrorism, in the insurgency that we are facing.
They have hand.
Can you help us make sense of all of this? Is it that the government doesn't know what they are doing or that they are overwhelmed?
In fact, it is almost both of them, because a government that wants to win this war, they will not be doing what they are doing. Because these generals, with their knowledge, with their training, they are supposed to help in fighting these people. How do you now, shove them out of the military prematurely? And then Boko Haram will now recruit them and they are helping them. Of course, they are still active. So if those people you rejected, some people are using them.
No, Barrister, when you say Boko Haram will not recruit them, I don't get it.
Oh, you think they're idle? Why do you think that these guys are doing what they are doing with so much brazenness? It's because they have somebody is training them too. Yes, somebody is training them. Those people that you shove out of the military prematurely, do you think they are happy? They are being used somewhere. That's the truth. If not, how come these people will have the temerity to face our military? It's because they have gotten a lot of training and intel.
Barrister, why will Boko Haram be able to give them $20,000 a piece? And armored SUVs, like the federal government just gave them the other
They take care of them than the Nigerian government. Are you not aware? They are being taken care of. The sponsors are not joking. They are fully armed with finance. So, if not, these people will not continue to be doing what they are doing. They are well provided for.
Okay.
It's on record. They are provided for.
All right.
So don't deceive yourself.
Let me go back to Kelvin now. Kelvin, now we know that there's been some reports of insecurity, people being killed around the nation, everywhere. In fact, it's basically every part of the nation. But if government isn't doing what it should do, what then should the people do to ensure that their lives are secure? What advice would you give to the people?
Go at the Great Chamber that Nigerians should be allowed to carry arms to protect themselves. Because I feel the most painful thing that will happen to any family man is somebody coming to ravage your home and take the life of a family.
Do you think that in itself will not be abused? If individuals are allowed to carry arms, do you think that will not be abused and people will take laws into their hands? Are we in a bind here? Are we stuck?
It will be abused, but I think there must be some processes before such firearms will be released to persons. They must go through maybe a mental test. Some will go through under management test or training, and those will help. Because at the point we are in now, we do not even trust our security anymore. We do not trust our security anymore because even when you share intelligence, sometimes they are slow to act on intelligence, and before you know it, the deed is done already. We do not prevent issues. We are not proactive. We always, when this has been done, you see all of them moving the barracks to that place, and you see soldiers everywhere, military, civil defense, they're everywhere. We have a national security advisor in this country. He's a police officer of repute. He must put the stinking faculty to work. We are tired of giving us excuses.
So you don't think that this counter-insurgency strategy, being introduced by the security apparatus in Nigeria is going to work in any way? Recall they say that they are using these men now as a bait to tell the military where the people who are still in the bushes are, because that was what we're told. That the reason they do this is actually
that's a lie for the pit of hell, and the fallacy.
Oh, good.
You can put these men in a room filled with experts, have a discreet conversation with them, and they will explain to you. They can videotape it, they can video televise it, they can explain it in their local dialect how the operational modus of operandi is. You don't need to take them to the battlefield to work with our military, because it's a jeopardy. Now you're expecting them to even know more strategy about how the military operates. We have different squadrons, we have different operations and different battalions, and how they operate. Now, when you put these men to work with our military together in the battlefield, you make them to know more how our military operates. And when they escape tomorrow, they go and tell their colleagues that, okay, this information the military have adopted now. What is wrong if we use drones? Rather than using this man to tell us the bush they have, we employ drones to lock them into the forest. And your ground intelligence will tell you, okay, when your intelligence gives you a location that this is where they are, your ground intelligence will not move further. Every day I keep wondering, is this Nigerian military that went to Sierra Leone and brought normalcy? During the Samadu and Sastelo, when they went to Liberia?
But we're told that they are using some of the people as shield.
At that time. And just how many years ago now, down the line, we are being faced with our internal insecurity, and a sovereign nation cannot fight its sovereignty. You know, a man was kidnapped in Niger State. The U.S. military flew into Nigeria, rescued the man back to the U.S. Nigeria's intelligence were not aware about it.
Mr. Kisele, up until today, we are yet to declare, sort of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. The president went for that to give vote of confidence on the people he appointed, the cabinet members, saying that they are doing what they should do. And, nobody should talk about it. What does this really portend, given the fact that till tomorrow, Nigerians are still dying, and then some people are talking about this becoming more like genocide. Some are saying it's not genocide, more like some people are saying it's a religious war back and forth, even to the point that a congressman in U.S. is beginning to bring out the notion that Nigeria should be made or re-designate a country of particular concern.
It's worrisome that they people prescribe Nigeria as they blacklisted Nigeria for travel advisory for U.S. citizens and UK citizens, and that doesn't tell well for us at all. Every day we keep going to seek for foreign investors come to your country to invest. How can they invest when you have insecurity? These men just come to TV to tell us what we want to hear, but on the field nothing is being done. I say this with all full confidence that the bandit authorities in Nigeria are more equipped, more funded than the Nigerian military.
Okay. All right.
You see what they carry in Katsina State going for peace talk. They were carrying launchers, heavily armed, than even what Nigerian military are carrying.
All right, Mr. Jumudo.
For peace talk have not been apprehended by security operatives.
Okay.
And we have intelligence, and we have DSS.
Mr. Jumudo, if you say that we have these insurgents, the terrorists and bandits, that they are more equipped, than the Nigerian military. And we have some of them that are repentant, some of them that have repented, and now are on the other side. If we don't want to embed them, with our own soldiers to help us, because we are afraid they might turn saboteurs and kill our soldiers, how best can we utilize the knowledge that they acquired as bandits in the fight against terrorism?
Good. The first thing first is, first of all, change their mindset. Because the first call of service, when they are inducted into a terrorist camp, they tell them that Aram means what's forbidden. They tell them that the Western knowledge and culture is forbidden. They tell them Christianity is forbidden. They tell them anything Western is forbidden. Hence the word comes Boko Haram. Haram means something that's forbidden. Now, in all of this, how do you change a man's orientation? Is work on his cognitive. Put them through series of, let's say, weekly training, monthly training, yearly training, and retraining. And when they are done with this training, the next thing, you put this man in an office and let them just be doing a reportage for you. I'm telling you, at this point, every September, they gather in Borno, for example, to attack. You say, okay, the intelligence will take a record of that. They say, okay, at every Friday, this is where they gather. The man that brings arms from Jigawa or Nasarawa, it comes in through Duse. The man that brings also food for them comes in through Mubi. And when you get all of this, you act on it. You don't need to take this man to the battlefield without security architecture. It's disastrous, it's dangerous, it's a national threat.
If you trust the, okay, how do we trust the information they give as being enough, you know, and providing security for our people? If we can't use them in the battlefield and we keep them in offices and provide this information, how trustworthy are those information?
You know, intelligence is a two-way traffic.
Okay.
I'm a security expert. When you get intelligence, you run through it. While you run through it, you checkmate the intelligence they're giving to you. You're not going to just go there on Sunday and just attack. No. That's why we have air intelligence, we have ground intelligence. If they tell you, okay, this is intelligence they've gathered, you will now work on your air intelligence and take inventory of that, start to school that every Friday this person brings this thing here. When you carry out your intelligence that completely for 3 times they have come through that route, then you know that, okay, this intelligence they're giving to you is true. Then you act on it. Then the 4th one you strike.
But at this point in time,
when tell you that, okay, the arms are kept, for example, in those states that they slot for them to act with. They just go there and start attacking. No, you will be ambushed. You do your air intelligence and your ground intelligence and also work with locals.
Mr. Calvin, at this point, we don't really have one single, terrorist group to start with, because you just talked about Boko Haram. Then what about the Lakurawa, what about the Mahmuda, and every other one that we know now, more like is in Nigeria as a safe haven? And how are we going to be able to do this? Recall that from the mouth of some governors in Nigeria, we're told that they're not even Nigerians, they're foreigners. For example, in Benue State, the governor there, Alea Hyson, said that some of the persons that they caught during interrogation, they found that they're not even Nigerians. And also, the CDS also made a statement to that direction. So how do you think we'll be able to, end this whole issue of insecurity once and for all? Because we lost, like the likes of Tarjo Bello is from Niger, he's a Nigerian. And some other persons actually who happens to be kingpin to all these terrorist groups.
Thank you. In Nigeria, we have a very porous border. We have about 200 borders that are porous. We have a border with Cameroon, we have a border with Chad, we have a border with Niger. And some of these borders, they're just like one building apart. That you can stroll in the morning, and in the evening you stroll out. First thing first is to get a heavily secured borders. When your borders are secured, then you can secure your territory. Because for one to call a country, you must have sovereignty, population, a government in place, and people. Now, when the people are not protected, then there's an issue. I agree that not all of them are Nigerians. Some are from neighboring African countries. That they also, the government also brought in during the time of Goodluck Jonathan to say, okay, if it doesn't go south, let chaos take over the day. And they were harmed. These men that were harmed, now you can't retrieve the harms from them anymore. They now see the business as a lucrative business. They kidnap, collect ransom, and they go freely and share the money. And nobody goes after them. We have a CBN governor who should have an imprint, a tracker in a ransom money be paid, so we can track this ball, but nobody's care about that. That these people, they are doing a good business in Nigerian soil daily. And this money is being spent in Nigerian soil. So the first thing we should do is to invest
to the studio. Okay, if you can hear me, let's get your thoughts. Continue with the line of thoughts, Mr. Kevin.
So using modern day technology to combat crime is the best way to go. Invest heavily in drones, security drones. Have a well-structured security, and they should be well paid. Our security, our military, they have a low morale. Their morals are low. If a man dies in battlefield, what is the take-home pay? You give him 1 million naira to his family. You give him 5 million naira to his family, and that doesn't tell well. Ensure the life of our military. They don't go all out to do the job.
All right then.
Ensure their welfare, they are well paid, and well catered for. You see military officers, they are appointees, and they are bound to suffer alone with their families. No checkup, no follow-up, no remedy.
All right then.
That's what one that is to fight.
Ejimudu, who is National Secretary, Human Rights Protection Congress, and also the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Delta State on human rights. Thank you very much for your thoughts on this one. Barrister Darlington, what would be your final thoughts on this one? Are we going forward? Are we going backwards?
We are going backwards several times, several steps backwards. Because whatever we gained before now, we have lost all of them. Seriously. Our military, I don't even know whether they are still what they used to be. All because of this policy of integration. There's no way anybody will be comfortable and happy. Working with somebody who was facing you in the battlefield yesterday, and now you and him are dining and whining on the same table. You will not be comfortable. There's no way. So I don't know who brought this idea. In fact, except to remove the sentiment that have gotten into this terrorism fight, it will not go away. All these people that are coming into Nigeria, on whose platform are they coming in here? If not for sentimental reason, why are they coming here? Why are they coming here? It's because of sentiment, nothing else. So rehabilitating this recapture the terror is because of sentiments. The moment you remove all these sentiments and fight this war the way it should be fought, we get the best result. But as long as we continue in this route, forget about it.
Do you advocate individuals being armed? Because Senator Ned Nwoko pushed for that initially, but he asked that Nigerians be allowed to carry arms.
No, it's not possible. We are not matured for it. Even America, with their level of sophistication, they are still fighting gun control. So Nigeria, I don't think so. Which kind of arm are you going to carry without abusing it? Okay. It's not possible. We are not mature for all these things. Look, let them remove sentiment. That is all. The sentiment has gotten into these fights. Yes, my tribe, my ethnicity, my religion. All these are sentiments that
Thank you. You have had, this was just the discussion we were having, and I just try to bring the version that is coming from their conventional media for you to know that even as we are lamenting, they are also lamenting. But the difference is that they lament without a solution. They lament without providing solution. They only talk and talk and talk. And at the end of the day, when you get to the issue of finding solution, they have no answer. Nigerians can always lament. They are very good in giving an oral presentation. They will tell you the cause of the problem. They will tell you how the problem can be solved and all that. But when you come about putting that very solution that is going to end the whole thing and make things right, they will never do that. That is where we have our difference. But for us Biafran people, we know what we want and we continue to pursue the solution, and we are not stopping. We are going to chase the solution until we get it, and we are going to get it. No matter what they do, no matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, we are not going to allow them to get us or to get us involved in that their madness. So as we speak now, Nigeria is fully involved in terrorism. There is no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. They can deny it for all I care. They can pretend about it. They can say anything they want to say. Nigeria is not meant to be. And the politicians in Nigeria are part of the terrorism. They are the greatest terrorists you have. Just like the son of Fela Kuti said, that the police are the kidnappers, number one kidnappers you have there. The number one sponsors of terrorism are the politicians, the governors, the ministers, the lawmakers. They are the number one sponsors of these terrorists. And it's not even a blackmail or propaganda. We saw a news when one of the lawmakers in his house, they found the money that was paid for kidnapping in his house. They found motorbikes that he gives to the terrorists. They found a hospital where he treats the terrorists in the home of a serving lawmaker. A serving lawmaker in the northern part of Nigeria. Actively sponsoring terrorism. They're everywhere. Even in the south, there are some of them. They don't care. In the south, they just care about themselves and their family. That is why you see this idiot who went for a national program, and instead of him going there to represent the zoo, he went there to present his sons. You can imagine. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. This is Yesomike, the clown. They have seized all those properties he bought in the US. Land he has been seized. Sarah reporters gave a report that these properties have been seized. Look at him. FCT Minister Wike faces backlash after taking 2 sons as delegates to Dubai Summit. You can imagine. You can imagine. A minister was going for a summit in Dubai. A summit that was supposed to represent Nigeria. And what did he do? He did not take his aides. He did not take people who are supposed to participate in it. He took his own sons. His 2 sons. He carried his own 2 sons. There is nothing we will not see in Nigeria. He took his own sons as a delegate to Dubai Summit. A summit, supposedly he went on behalf of Nigeria to represent Nigeria. He has aides working with him. He has people who have to cover the office. But Yesomike, the idiot, the Hitler of River State, who is now in the FCT capital. FCT. Look at him. He took his own sons as delegate. The idiot that have seized in property, the home he stole, the money he stole from River State and buy property in the US have been seized. This is the kind of people you have in Nigeria. And some of you will come out and say, Nigeria will be good. It will never be well. These are the kind of report you get from Nigeria. ECOWAS court set for trial of top Nigerian government official over abuses detention of activists. Ogboho. That is what you see in Nigeria. Look at this one. DSS arrests Nigerian man for canvassing for military coup on social media. That is where they get their power. They can arrest citizens with a twinkle of an eye. Before a few minutes, you say a word, they arrest you. But the terrorists in Nigeria will be sharing video of kidnap, sharing video of people they kidnap, even ransom, demanding for ransom, but they will never go close to rescue anybody. They will never make any move. But come to the social media and make a point. Speak your mind and say a word. The DSS will knock at your door the next minute. Then you know that their security is working. But when the terrorists kidnap, when the terrorists is threatened, even when the people give them information, they are coming. When the Fulani terrorists attack, they will never do anything. They will not save you. They will not pay attention. Neither will they listen. This is what you see in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Bad news. Some of you remember this man. You remember this criminal. You remember this criminal, Abba Kyari, that US wanted, put him in a wanted list. US wanted to extradite this idiot, and Nigerian government protected him. This is a man they call a super cop. He's involved in drugs. He's involved in kidnapping. He's involved in 419. He's indicted in so many crimes, this idiot. And Nigerian government protected him. They call him a super cop. He's back on the news. Hidden assets. Court orders disgraced DCP Abba Kyari brother to open defense in NLDA case. And most of these things are the things this Abba Kyari himself stole. You know what they do? When they steal properties, they steal money, they use their brothers. When they buy properties, they use the name of their brothers, name of the members of their family to steal, collect ransom, collect bribe. Buying properties in their name. This is the man they call Super Cop. This man took more innocent life than any other person you can think about. These were the people who were in the front line of destroying the life of the youths in the Biafra land. He was indicted in so many crimes, both kidnapping, both fraud, both drugs. This man was involved. But today, is he in jail? No, he's walking about because he's a Fulani. He's protected by the government. They don't even dare mention his name. They don't even dare mention his name. Today, he's back in the hidden assets. They call it hidden assets. Court orders disgraced DCP Abakiari brother to open defense in LADA case. Not him. They will not go after him. They went after his brother because he's untouchable. This is the man they use for their evil and criminality. Look at this one. How repentant Boko Haram members leak army movement armored to terrorist soldiers. This is what you see in Nigeria. Nigeria lost 366 billion in 5 months over shutdown of Port Harcourt refinery workers' alleged fraud. That's the only thing you can hear, fraud. Look at this idiot. Nigerian Senate set for screening of newly appointed service chief. All Yoruba group of company. And that is why Nigeria will never survive. Buhari come, Hausa. Tomorrow, put Peter Obi. You will go there, you see Igbos everywhere. Nobody is a Nigerian. What you have is Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Ejo, Efik. That is what you have. There is nobody that's a Nigerian. Nobody that's a Nigerian. Nobody is a Nigerian. That is why we are asking for people to go their separate ways and build a nation where they can be able to defend, protect. The only way to make sure we destroy this destructive diversity, the only way you can be able to remove this interest that is causing insecurity is to end Nigeria. The more Nigeria survives, the more these atrocities continue. The more you promote Nigeria, the more these atrocities continue. A country full of madness. This one says, the danger of psychophancy. Nigeria's unseen cancer of governance by Chimezie Uhuru. Huh? From factory floor to Instagram feed, all morning. This bad news. Everything about Nigeria is bad news. You can never see anything good news. This one, alleged 2.7 billion fraud. Court adjourned ex-ministers had the Sirikis trial to December. You see? All you see is fraud, criminality. That is what you see. 18 migrants dead. 64 rescued as boat capsized off Libya coast. UN agency. Go there and check now. You will see. Mostly there are people from the Zoological Republic. They are the ones that are involved in that. Many of them. Go and check. This one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Still from that security. Look at this one. Our families are suffering. Nigerian soldier writes to Nubu. Lament. Non-payment of allowances. Corruption by outgoing military chiefs. You see, those people he wants to remove. This is what you see in Nigeria. The corruption is smelling everywhere. Let's read this one and see the details of the story. Let's read and see the details of the story. You know, when we talk, the world has to listen. We will opportunity we have, we will expose their evil. We will not allow them to continue to push their lies, propaganda, and blackmail. Any place we see their evil, we expose it, bring it to the whole world to see. Nigeria is not meant to survive the next minute. It's not supposed to survive. Our families are suffering. Nigerian soldiers write to Tinubu, lament non-payment of allowance, corruption by outgoing military chiefs. The corruption in the zoo is smelling. It's smelling. It's smelling. And it is uncontrollable. Every day, the only thing you hear in bushes, suffering just to protect the country. Some aggrieved soldiers have complained about the non-payment of their various allowances by Nigerian Army Authority. The soldiers, in an open letter to President Bola Tinubu, accused the outgoing service chiefs of corruption and extortion. They threatened to resort to protest if the issue of their outstanding allowances by the Nigerian army was not resolved. According to them, the families are hungry while they stay in the bushes suffering just to protect the country. Nigeria is not a country. You are only suffering yourself. You better go back to your family and protect your family. Look for a decent job to do. The president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, is requested to personally address the issue concerning our non-regular allowance. We express our deep concern and disappointment regarding several issues related to our employment with Nigerian Army. Despite our dedication and hard work, we have facing significant challenges that affects our well-being and job satisfaction. Part of letters on Tuesday read. We therefore appeal to you, President Bola Tinubu, to directly address the allowance of the junior soldiers, especially the non-regular allowances, which is 100,000. Imagine money they're begging for 100,000. How much is 100,000? 100,000. How much is 100,000 that the soldier in the forefront has to fight for? But only 20,000 is being paid us. You see, the 100 didn't give them, or they give them 20,000. 20,000 that cannot buy a loaf of bread. The allowance they talk about is 100,000. Oh, the bag of rice in Nigeria now is 120,000 for a bag of rice. 120. We are going to December. It might get to 150. They didn't pay them 900. They give them only 20,000. 20,000 cannot make tea. 20,000 cannot make morning coffee in Nigeria. It cannot make morning coffee for a family. 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira cannot make morning coffee for Nigeria. That is what they give the soldiers allowance. Only 20,000 is being paid us. The chief of army staff and top generals are highly involved in this embezzlement. Who is going to fight for it? Is it Tinubu? Tinubu that is also embezzling Nigeria? Is it the one that's going to fight for you? The soldiers added that they pay for essential items of kit and of their own money. Especially, we would like to bring to your attention the following issues. Delayed inadequate payment. We have consistently experienced delay and inadequate payment of our monthly salary, which has caused us financial hardship. Lack of welfare. The army has provided adequate welfare support for us, the junior soldiers, yet we are expected to perform better in the field. The morale of all Nigerian army junior soldiers is down already. I never see anything. Inadequate medical care. The medical care provided is insufficient, and we have had to seek medical attention elsewhere in most of the army locations in units in Nigeria. Unpaid allowances. We have not received our full non-regular allowances since 2017. You can imagine. Since 2017. And the federal government is releasing the money every fiscal year. Since 2017, they have not been paid. You imagine. And yet they go to the forefront and die. They go and work. And these people, they don't owe Boko Haram. They don't owe Boko Haram. In fact, Boko Haram are paid instant. They are even paid before they go to work. You saw when I read the report of Boko Haram. Boko Haram, they give them allowances. They give them motorbike. They give them brand new ammunition that they're going to use. But the people, the legitimate soldiers, most of them from the southern part of Nigeria, they don't get the allowances. Since 2017. And they are still there. Stay there until you die. You will understand. Stay there. Go and serve in Amoteku. Go to Biafran land. Form a security outfit. Let your own local government fund you. It is much more better than you to go there and say you are serving the Zoological Republic Army. We urge the president to look into these matters urgently and take necessary steps to address them. Otherwise, the junior soldiers will not perform our duties as expected, because we cannot continue to die like chickens. You go die like chicken. You go die, except you leave Nigerian military. We have families like others. We have parents. We have brothers and sisters too. The chief of army staff and other senior officers hide their own children abroad, yet gambling with other people's children. And now you know. Now you know. In addition, other ranks promotions for 2025 is yet to be signed and released. The delay is yet to be clarified by the Army headquarters. Junior soldiers' promotion isn't given priority like officers' own. They keep treating us as badly simply because we are non-commissioned soldiers. When I never see anything, the earlier you wake up, go back to your village where you come from, the better for you. If you care about your life, you like yourself, you better go back to your village, go and defend your own community. That is the only thing that is left for you. And if you fail to go and defend your own community, you are going to face the consequence of your idiocy and your stubbornness. Whatever comes after it, you will take it. You will take it. You don't blame anybody. You will only blame yourself. So, my fellow Biafrans, every one of us have seen. The purpose of conducting this very program is to create awareness to the whole world that the only remedy to the failed state, Nigeria, is Biafra. Biafra is the only remedy. It is not a call out of selfishness, wickedness, strife, envy, jealousy, or pride. No, it is to save humanity. It is to save humanity. It is to save humanity. That is why Nnamdi Kanu, in the face of death, he continued to speak and say, the God of justice is alive. And as long as the God of justice lives, Biafra will get justice. Nnamdi Kanu today is facing persecution in the hand of the Nigerian government because he wants to save humanity. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoku, today is detained in Finland because he wants to save humanity. These people are being detained because they are fighting for self-determination, which is a right, not a privilege. And yet, the international communities are silent. Your silence makes you complicit. All the leaders of countries of the world, the more you remain silent, it makes you complicit in this crime. And Chukwu Okukabiyama will never, ever forgive any one of you. Every one of you that has a role to play and you refuse to play that role, you are going to pay dearly for your evil deed. You are going to pay dearly. Your evil is going to find you out when the time comes. It does not matter how you pretend. It doesn't matter how you continue to hide from the reality. The same way you are hiding from Christian genocide, you hid and hid and hid from Christian genocide until it became obvious that you can no longer hide. And the truth was out. And that truth could not be covered. Everybody began to speak from every corner, from all angles, from all corners. And the voice of the people became very loud and unstoppable. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must not allow your voice to be taken away from you. You must not allow your voice to be taken away from you. Anytime you have an opportunity to speak, speak up. Use your social media platform. Speak justice. Use your social media platform. Call injustice, injustice. Don't be silent. You don't know who is going to be tomorrow. Don't say because it is not you today. Or because you're not the one involved. You are waiting until something happens to you directly before you talk. It happened to others, they survive. In your own case, you might not survive it. In your own case, you might not survive what is coming. That is why it is necessary that once you have the opportunity to speak, speak up and call evil, evil. Speak up wherever you are. Call evil, evil. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter who is pushing the agenda. Once you see something that is wrong, speak up. Speak up. Don't be silent and say, oh, because I am not the one involved. Oh, because my name was not being called. Oh, because it's not my people. Oh, because it's not in my village. I'm not going to talk. We are going to get there. It is going to affect every one of us. Speak now while you still have time. Speak now while you still have the opportunity. A time is going to come when you will seek for an opportunity to speak and you will not have that voice. The victims of yesterday, day before yesterday, they were victors. The victims of today, yesterday, they were victors. The victims of tomorrow, today, are victors. And so on. That it has not happened to you yet doesn't mean it won't happen to you. Everybody is going to get their own share. That is why when you have the opportunity to speak, you speak. Don't wait until it happens to you. Do not wait until it happens to you. Whenever you have the opportunity to speak, speak up. Injustice against one is injustice against all. If you say you're not going to speak because the people who are involved are the Biafran people, it has nothing to do with you. For that, you will not talk. Don't worry. Do not worry. It's a question of time. It will get to everybody. As for we, the Biafrans, we have already made up our mind and we have taken up our faith by declaring Biafra, remaining in Biafra, making sure that we take over our land 100%. And nothing is going to stop the take over our land. We're going to take over our land. We will take over our land. But for those of you who think that blackmail, propaganda, gossip is going to save you, go ahead and you gossip. Continue to gossip. While those who are defending their land will continue to defend their land. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you can't stop us. It doesn't matter how you try. My fellow brothers and sisters, lovers of freedom across the world, wherever you may be watching us from, whether you are watching us from Biafra land, you are watching from any part of Nigeria, you are watching from any part of Africa, you are watching us from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, whether you are watching us from Russia, from China, you are watching us from Ukraine, you are watching us from Israel, wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand. All the human rights activists on the planet Earth, everybody that is concerned, I want you to know that Nigeria cannot move forward while evil reigns unchecked. Nigeria cannot move forward while evil reigns unchecked. We cannot build peace on a foundation of blood. It is impossible. There's no way you can build peace on a foundation of innocent blood flowing every day in Nigeria. We cannot trust governments that sleeps with terrorists and wakes to arrest freedom fighters every blessed day. There's no way we can trust such people. Never, ever. In this, our generation today, our mission is simple. Our mission is very, very simple. The only mission we have today is to expose the truth. Defend the innocent. Demand accountability from all levels. And above all, let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like the mighty stream. The time is now. The world must know Nigeria must be redeemed, or it will perish by its own lies. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom wherever you are, we have been able to dive into this very issue that we discussed today, the evil within. The involvement of Nigerian government in terrorizing its own citizens, actively participating and sponsoring terrorism. We have been able to bring out the truth. As you join this program and you heard us, don't just listen. You have to act. One of the actions you have to take is to like, comment, share, and tag the world. Tag anybody you know you can tag. Share to any group, anybody you can share to. If you cannot make your own video, those of us who are putting our faces on the line, speaking every day, you help us by sharing. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share on your social media accounts, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, any platform that you have, share it there. Download it, cut it out, and give to people you can be able to give. That is one action you will take that does not cost you anything. It won't cost you anything. Because our presence in the media matters a lot. We have gone past the time when they used their conventional media to subdue us. Today, in the present life days that we are, the social media is in charge. And that is why whenever you join us on our program, be serious. How do you show your seriousness? Share the program. Give a thumbs up. Like the program. Invite people to join. Let the truth trend louder than their lies. Did you hear me? We must make the truth trend louder than their lies. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have been with me on this very program today. I thank you all for all your participation. Thank you all for all your contribution. We have done our own part. And Chukwu Okike Abiama, who is in charge, who takes care and control of everything, will do the rest of the work. We are just human, instruments in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama to carry out his work. But the work is in his hand. It is not in our hand to decide. Only him and him alone can decide what happens, how it happens, and when it happens. The only duty we have as humans is to continue to preach this gospel for as long as we live. I have made my vow that I will continue to speak of Biafra for as long as I live. It doesn't matter whether there is somebody listening or not. It doesn't matter the number of the audience. It doesn't matter. As long as I have a platform where I can come out and speak for Biafra, I will do that again and again and again. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every single one of you that have been part of this program today, wherever you joined us from.